What's up, guys? I guess I should turn this fan off. Son of a bitch. All right, that'll stop. Okay, so I wanted to do a quick update, and what the heck was the title of this video? What do you even know? Uh-oh, I don't remember what I was going to talk about now. Uh-oh, that's bad. Okay, so update is it's been crazy busy. It's Saturday today. This is the first day that I've had to not really require, but strongly ask drivers to work. We had people going today. This is what I do for fun because I don't know, weird, but I love just doing this and interacting with the little bit of people that interact with me. And yeah, so that's why I'm doing this on a Saturday. If you hear the mower in the background, my wife's mowing and my kids are playing in the garage here, so they might come in. I have to get them out of here, but so that's kind of what's going on. The last 2 weeks have been really busy. One of the more recent videos I put out was I dispatched 14 trucks in one day, which is probably a record unless you count over the road trucks, which I don't usually, and I don't really have any of those working right now. We only do that kind of when we have to in the wintertime. And so yeah, so that's going on. Couple guys that usually ask a lot of questions. I kind of been thinking about what they basically, they had asked me a couple questions. So I'm going to go into that. But first, the other thing major in my business that's going on is, so this is the first night that I am dispatched, day or night, that I'm dispatching dump trucks. The guy that put me up to 14 trucks dispatching has, I don't know, he seems like he adds dump trucks every day, but I think he's got about 10 of them. He's going to give me one for tonight. So that's a first. Another first is I'm hauling asphalt on a $35 million project for one of my clients, and it's a huge, high-profile deal. I don't work nights and I don't work weekends, and I'm working at night and on the weekend because they're really short of trucks. And I'm running an end dump on a dump truck job. So we'll see how it goes. I'll try to get some footage, but first I just got to learn what the hey I'm doing, because if you watch my video where I talk about the asphalt plant in the description, basically that video is the asphalt plant that we're running out of. I'm on the behind the scenes crew. We stock the plant, and now I'm on the side where, both sides, and we're going to start hauling the asphalt out. So it's one in Minnesota where we live at, in the metro, in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. They're shutting down a major highway over the weekend. They rip up the highway. I don't know how they're doing it now, but how we used to do it when I worked for a broker, and I hauled belly dump, was you rip the highway up one night. How would you do that? Well, they shut down one side at a time. So like northbound will be shut down on Friday night into Saturday, and then they'll reopen that up, and then they'll shut down southbound, and it'll be like 4 or 5 lanes. And then the milling crew, which is the people that rip up the asphalt, because when they do, sometimes they just do overlay, which would be when it's a concrete road and it's really rough. Usually they'll saw cut out all the really bad spots, repatch it with, I think most of the time, concrete. And then once you see that done, usually they're going to do an overlay, which I believe, I don't know if that's actually the technical term for it, but what I'm basically saying is that they're gonna put a couple layers of asphalt over the top of it. So, but this is a mill and fill. So they're gonna rip out all the asphalt. They've got special machines with, it's almost like a stump grinder. It's got teeth on it. It rips it up and it throws it onto a conveyor, and then they load trucks, and then those trucks come back, and then they dump the millings at the asphalt plant, and then they reload with asphalt and bring it back. So it's kind of a two-step thing. It's a huge production. I would imagine for them it's really stressful just making sure they have enough trucks and nothing crazy breaks down. They got to have extra backup equipment. But that's why it's a $35 million project. So it's just hopefully I'll get some footage of that and throw it in the mix here sometime. But like I said, it's not a normal day for me, so it's going to be a little bit more stressful than normal for me. Okay, so that's the project. That's my update. Now I just kind of want to answer a couple questions. Hold on a second here. Okay. So a couple of the guys that always talk to me when they ask me questions, this Joshua Jorgensen, and I feel like, you desperately want to change, and I feel like you want to have it all figured out before you start, and you're not going to be able to have it all figured out. You got to have some of the puzzles pieces put together, and then you're just going to have to do a leap of faith. And there's nothing wrong with going and working for a broker that can just keep you busy all the time. If you need to get home, if you got kids growing up, or family issues, or you don't want to have family issues, you're trying to prevent stuff, it's probably a good idea to get home. I don't really have a problem with people that do go over the road. It's just not for me. So, but his specific question, let's see here. My biggest problem is identifying my ideal customer. All I know right now is over the road, dealing with long haul flatbed commodities. And then he also said, right now I just have one truck and one flatbed. I'm wondering if I can create the same kind of revenue I do if I try to do something local like that, but not sure what I would do with a flatbed. Okay, so let's see, the biggest problem. So identifying your do I use payroll services? Thanks for the question. My wife does payroll, and I think she does it through QuickBooks. My wife has done it without payroll service, but I'm almost positive that now she does use payroll services. Thanks for asking that question. Let me know if you got anything else for me. Okay, so back to this. What does he say? Revenue, problem with identifying. Okay, so identifying your customers. I mean, the people that you're already working for should be your customer. I'm guessing you've already kind of talked to them and maybe have gotten nowhere with it. If you haven't, definitely talk to the people where you load out of, or just kind of see what is the end. Like when you're hauling, I think you say commodities, long haul. I mean, what does that steel end up in? I mean, are you hauling a coil that they end up straightening out? Because once they straighten it out, then it goes to local machine shops all over the area you live. And I will stress this. I don't know if I've ever asked you this or talked to you about this, but if you live in an area that's very rural, I believe that would be the correct terminology, where it's not, where there's not a lot of population, it might be hard to be a local truck driver, or you're going to have to you might have to take a pay cut, or you might have to switch to hauling agricultural stuff and have like a hopper trailer, and then in other parts of the season, maybe have a step deck and all equipment for the farmers or something like that. Or if it's milk, a tanker. You might have, I feel like if you're going to be local, you might have to get creative with the different things you do. And in trucking in general, there's not a magic pill. If you're going to be local, it's probably going to be something specialized. But if you're going to run your own authority, you're probably going to have a couple different industries that you service. So like my tire contact is I do 3 different types of work for them. We do regional tire sheds for them. We just drop and hook junk tires from different places where they have tires. They pick up tires, and then we also do over the road drive in, and basically they sell tires, used tires, to southern states where the northern states can't run those tires in the winter because there's not enough tread. And then they truck them south, and southern states will buy them from them, basically. So that is really busy, and it starts when the northern states start turning in their tires to get new tires. So that is a really good contact for me for that fall through midwinter. And then in the past, I've hauled cars. That's been really done. I've done really well with that. They're really busy. I've actually gotten paid 120% of the load to do that. And so, you just kind of, I know I'm not really answering your question. I'm just trying to give you some ideas to think about with, what you can do. But I know that Brotherman Trucking is a YouTuber, and he replied to you and he said shingles are hot right now. It's just what's hot at the moment, So and like I just stress, my background is in sales, and I'm really good at it. I'm better at selling than I am at trucking. So that's why I have a lot of direct clients, because I understand, you're not gonna, it's just not scary to me. You just call people, and a lot of people are going to say no, and a lot of people aren't. So, okay, the other question, that a guy that's about to be an owner operator. Hold on, let me pull him up here. Ask me a question. Oh, need to go to my videos. Okay, look at that. Business down for dollars. Yep, that's it. Okay, so when Wellner asked me, what did he say? How do you go about writing the email? Okay, so I did a video, if you guys are interested. It's called Dialing for Dollars, and I do a live call where I'm basically prospecting. So I did that video, and he's asking me how to write an email. How do you write the email? What does it look like? Or do you have just an email and say the amount of hourly pay or per mile trip? I'd love to see it, what it looks like. So first off, that video was just me showing you what you need to do. I wouldn't call that video like just dynamite. Like it wasn't anything spectacular. That's what a normal call is going to be like. Usually if somebody says, let me email you, this is something that is a very popular statement, and they say it's or saying, I think they say the fortune's in the follow-up, and that is not an exception in trucking. So what I want to basically say is me calling and then somebody and me getting their email address and emailing somebody is like not a home run for me. So it's not a big deal. It's just sometimes it happens, and a lot of times that's just an easy way of saying no. This lady actually did get back with me, which I was surprised about, and actually seemed very sincere. So I'm going to read what I said to her, and then I'll read the response back. Give me a second because I didn't have this. Okay, actually found it pretty easily here. Okay, so this is what I said, and I don't recommend you say this because I don't know. I mean, this isn't a proven that it works. And one thing that I will say that's for me, I think about this all the time. Like, you know that there's that new song that Lil Nas X. I mean, it's really not new anymore, but Lil Nas X. What the heck is the song called? Old Town Road. So he says, "My life is a movie," and I really feel like that with my life. Like, just, you know, I have a healthy family, a beautiful wife, and I live in a nice home. I can take trips and do whatever I want to do. You know, I get to dispatch a lot of trucks, and I get to make millions of dollars. Like, it's unbelievable. And I love it. That's what's crazy. So when he says that, my life is a movie, I always think of that. And why I'm bringing that up is because I never thought one day that I would be writing emails to people, like, and not caring if I actually take my time with this, but like, so with our clients, you know, sometimes I have to do emails back and forth, and I'm the type of person, how I grew up, like I couldn't read, didn't know really how to read in high school. Somehow I graduated without really ever reading a book. And I don't know how to like formally type up anything, and didn't think it was important. I feel like it is now. And I feel like it was a big mistake with the attitude that I had when I was in high school towards, you know, being literate, I guess. But the main thing is that I can even write an email and somewhat sound professional, and then I have enough confidence now that I don't have to make sure that it's all perfect. Now, once they're my client and I give them good service, I don't care about that. I'm pretty sure that I wrote this out, and then I had Callie, what's going on, Dirt? Thanks for stopping in. But I'm pretty sure that I had Callie make sure that I wrote this right. But anyway, so here's what it says. It says, "Kathy, we are a small trucking company that has authority in all states. We mostly focus on end dumping. I dispatch 10 to 15 trucks a day. We have all tractor trailer setups with all types of end dumps. We have steel framed and frameless trailers, as well as aluminum framed and frameless. Some are built to maximize tons, and others are built to minimize or maximize cubic yards. We also have a few dry vans." Then I said, "As far as the rate go, I would need to know specific locations, as in point A to point B with an address for both locations. Unless you are interested in our hourly rate, it would be in the range of $100 to $110 an hour." And then I just said, "We're net 15. Net 15 is what we asked for. Let me know if I can answer anything else for you. Thanks." So that's what I said. Net 15 means we want to check after 15 days of sending a bill, which isn't, I don't know what the standard is. Some people pay freaky fast and some people pay freaky slow. And then some people, they don't. I've always been paid, but sometimes it's pretty interesting. Okay, so I was shocked to have gotten this back, because my thing is it doesn't matter if they email back or not. I'm going to call them every quarter. It sounds professional. Whenever I think about it, I'm just going to call them. You know, I'm not going to set a reminder, but the next time I see they're super busy, I'm just going to call them. So this is what she replied with. I spoke with our COO about your company. He said we have a long-term contract with our current trucking provider, but he was sort of interested because you are local. I will keep your contact information in case we have a future situation where we need a backup truck firm. Thanks. So that's what she said back. Like I said, I was surprised that she even had responded, and that was cool. So that was that. So that's pretty much all I got. What are you up to, Dirk Rolk? You cruising today on the motorcycle? It's a beautiful day here in Minnesota. Oh, you might be gone. All right. Well, I'm out of here. That was it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll try to get some footage of me hauling asphalt. So we'll see how that goes. But I'll just got to make sure I don't screw it up. See ya.